So, my dear friends, my dear masters, my dear gods, today's our spiritual wisdom, which we are going to share with you, that is spiritual parenting. So let's discuss more about this spiritual parenting. Since every human being definitely become parent, mostly, definitely they become parents in their life, the duration of their life on this earth planet. So we need to know what kind of parenting we can do on this earth planet in order to convert a normal human being to an extraordinary human being. Most of the times, friends, so the children, getting children into your life, most of the people unconsciously they try to do it, not with awareness. Basically, parents itself, parents itself are not really aware of what exactly is going on in their life. Everything happens just like this happens. It goes through a normal, a simple manner of thinking. They never know what to be done with the children once they get the children in their life. How do they have to invite the children into their life? Once mother became pregnant, from then on, what are the type of practices she has to undergo? Once the child comes into this world, how to rear him, what kind of practices we have to teach him, that also they are not aware of it. At the same time, how do we give a freedom, basically the freedom for the soul of the children? We think that the children means is a physical body. Most of the parents, they themselves are not clear about themselves. They don't know about themselves, the identity of them. They also think that they are just a human being, they are leading the life on this earth planet. They do not know the so-called the consciousness within present within them. They never aware of it. They never try to access it. They have never tried to practice any meditation or spiritual wisdom. That is where the problem starts, friends. So today, the so-called spiritual parenting or a conscious parenting, holistic parenting, or the alert parenting. So this is the different names for it. So we'll try to understand this spiritual parenting in detailed manner, my dear friends. First of all, the birth, as we keep on discussing in the previous classes, friends, every human being, every, in fact, every spirit body or a spiritual being, which we always just exist in the upper worlds, in the spirit worlds, we come down to the earth planet for a particular purpose of life in order to go through but the complete life on the earth planet and try to accomplish a particular purpose. That means every child, a newly born child on this earth planet, will have his own purpose. He or her will have her own purpose on this earth planet. That's why they all come down to the earth planet, my dear friends. And many times the other reason why they are choosing the birth to take place. It means why they wanted to be born on the earth planet. Many a times, every soul, a spirit body or a soul being, which is living in the so-called the realm number 1, 2, 3, basically, isn't it? So realm number 1, 2, 3 in the Bhor Loka means it's a lower astral world. When they are living over there, friends, they are really going through a great suffering because in the earlier life, whatever their negative karmas, all the negative karmas they have done, they have to undergo the huge number of years, hundreds of years in the so-called the lower astral worlds in the realm number 1, 2, 3. In fact, 4 also. 4 means more or less equal to the earth kind of a, no, the more or less equal to the earth. Basically here on the earth, as we see here, the many combinations, permutations, you have a sufficient amount of daylight, darkness, whatever it may be, isn't it? We also have the light over here, and we can learn many things. And there are many kind of combinations, permutations are there on the Earth planet. Of course, it's risky to take a birth on the Earth planet, as we know that every soul, every spirit body which is coming to the Earth planet, they know that there's a lot of risk is involved by taking a birth on the Earth planet. They may go to the lower standard also. That means they may fall down from the higher realm to the lower realm. If at all they are living in the realm number 5 in the spirit world, when they come to the Earth planet, by going through one life, they may fall down to the lower realm number 3 also. There is a possibility because there are a lot of negative souls, evil souls are there on the Earth planet. They may influence you, they may command you, they may guide you. Sometimes they will misguide you and they will try to influence you, so that if you get influenced, what happened? From the realm number 5, you are living in the spirit world before coming to Earth planet, before taking the birth. So now once you go back, you will fall down from the realm number 5 to realm number 3 because of the bad influence of the evil soul on the Earth planet. So that is why you got to be so careful. Coming to Earth planet, taking the birth is a risk, but we take that risk just in order to evolve our soul. So even there's a risk. We all will take that risk, calculated risk, in order to grow, in order to evolve our own soul being, my dear friends. That's why we come here through the mother womb. So that we come here to the Earth planet. As a child, we take a birth on the Earth planet. So that's how it happens, friends. So of course, the selection of parents, everything is yours, right? So of course, the souls, that means the souls which are living in the realm number 1, 2, 3, they can't have a choice of parents, basically. So all other the souls which are living after the realm number 4, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they will definitely be given the choice to select the parents and everything. But the souls which are living in the so-called the lower astral world, so they'll not be given the choice for parents. So it has to be guided by the soul guide in the so-called causal world. And accordingly, you take a birth onto the Earth planet. So they will guide you which parents has to be chosen, depends upon what purpose of life you are going back, in order to, of course, you come back to the Earth planet in order to pay back the earlier karmas, the effects of earlier karmas, negative karmas. And also you want to evolve your soul, and also you want to test yourself, you want to examine yourself, you want to get more training here. Friends, what will happen is, see, whatever you do in the the upper planes, that is realm number 1, 2, 3, you have done some negative karmas and you have departed the physical body. Now you entered into the realm number 1, 2, 3 with your own subconscious mind guiding. You will reach there. Once you reach there, even you have to go through hundreds of years in order to just to pay back the karmas. But that's not good. So much suffering, so many hundreds of years is no way good for you, for your soul growth, or for your journey of life, in this cosmos. Then what will happen? The soul will decide, instead of suffering here, getting tortured here for a huge number of years, hundreds of years, why don't I go again? Why don't I take a chance? Then they request to the higher self. They request to the soul guides and say that, give me a chance. I go back to my Earth planet. I go back to the Earth planet. I try to wash off my karmas, and then I'll come back and grow in my realm number, 3 to 4. Then I may go back. I may go to the 3 to 5 or something like that. With that request, they come here. Of course, there is a possibility that either they may fall down or they may grow. So there are both possibilities are here, either this way or that way, friends. So that's how we take a birth on this Earth planet as a human being, as a human body. We come to the Earth planet with the soul consciousness and subconscious mind and causal body and astral body, everything together. We take a birth as a human being through the mother womb. Now, so with these friends, what will happen is, all this the so-called the spiritual wisdom is not aware of, is not much aware by the so many parents, because parents are spiritually illiterate, right? So many of the parents, they're all mediocre. First of all, they themselves are not evolved souls, friends. So because they are not evolved souls, they can't understand all this wisdom. That is why they also treat their children very badly, in the sense, so after they born, first of all, they don't know what kind of food has to be fed, and what kind of habits has to be taught to them, and what is the education. So in every aspect, they get failed. The reason is they themselves are not aware of so many things, so many things. So in that case, how do you expect a parent can rise up the children in a proper way? So that is why, hence it is impossible to get the quality children to the society, or the quality children grow in their life and become the great people in the society. So in order to guide the society, and the whatever the children tomorrow, they will become the adults. And when they become adults, what happen? They try to mend the society. They try to do a lot of things, great things. They can achieve the great things in the society, isn't it? So, but what will happen is, because our parents, see, as we keep as you keep discussing parents in the society, current society, if you observe, mostly 85%, 85% people are so going through the so-called, they are leading their life with the soul stages of, maybe like a baby soul, arranged soul. So if that is the case, friends, so parents themselves are not evolved, first of all. So as they are not evolved, all their habits are very bad. So all their habits are cruel, bad, no compassion, no love, and no caring, no sharing. So nothing is there with them. Then what will happen? The way they teach to the children also same. So whatever the children see, first of all the children will be the complete absolute reflection of the parents. Whatever the parents are there, however the parents, the same thing comes to the children also. Because the children in the first few years, up to 3 to 5 years, my dear friends, up to 3 to 5 years, they also remember the past lives, definitely. And the subconscious mind, slowly, by 5 to 7 years, it gets closed, and there is no further instruction or guiding, no guidance, no kind of help received from the subconscious mind, even after the just after the 7 to 8 years, right? It will be completely closed. From then on, what happens? So whatever the parents are teaching, is so he or she go on listen till 5 to 7. What happened? You don't listen to anybody. You just observe the children. You'll only understand. Up to 5 to 7 years, whatever you say, they will not listen. The reason is, whatever parenting you are trying to impose. For example, in many of the parents, what happened? So I should have become a doctor, but I did not become a doctor. So I wanted my children to become a doctor. They'll try to reimpose. They'll try to reimpose on the children. And then what they do, they try to put them into the hard studies, very hard studies. So like, they try to select a residential school, or the very strict school where a lot of discipline, everything goes through. So then what will happen? The moment, especially the children, is put into that kind of environment, what will happen? So because the mind of the children is so empty, it means the conscious mind is just evolving. Of course, the subconscious mind is already evolved. The subconscious mind, with every child, with every the human being born on that planet, is completely is a powerful one. Is a powerful. It is we can call it as a gold mine. I mean, the internally the a very deep mine is there. The very large mine is there. It has got everything. It has got the whole universe is within it. But what happened? Every children has lost it. By the time of 5 to 7 years, it is lost. Only for few children, it is still working. The reason is, might be their parents are spiritually grown people. So that what happened? Any spiritual grown people, what happened, friends? They'll give complete freedom. For example, a children is doing a mistake. They will just say that it's a mistake, but they won't beat or they won't scold, they won't make him inferior, and all that nonsense, right? What will happen? We try to show a lot of negative attitude towards the children. If at all they do small mistake, we may scold, we may beat, or we may do whatever the actions. All this will be done out of their own ignorance, out of their own unawareness. The unmindful activities. These are all called unmindful activities. We should never resort to that kind of the activities or the actions against the children, my dear friends. So what we need to do is, we just need to give them the complete freedom. Secondly, we need to start giving them, the kind of you should try to explain the good moral stories. You should also try to explain right from the age of 5, start giving slowly, so little tips on the meditation. Just 1 minute meditation, a simple 1 minute meditation. Close the eyes, just observe the natural breath. Just 1 minute, right? So then what will happen? He try to observe what exactly it is. He try to take some experience. So you remember that experience. Then what will happen? Without you knowing, you start practicing. That's how you become slowly a best meditator or best master. You become a great master in his own life. But we never teach that. First of all, we don't practice. We also don't know it. 85, 90 people, 85, 90% people, they don't know, first of all, this kind of the mindful activities or mindful practices, first of all. So that is why we can't teach them. So that's how what happened, friends. Though the parents are, let's say parents are non-spiritual people. So non-spiritual people, non-spiritual parents, they definitely, they'll be doing a lot of, unmindful activities against children's, my dear friend. So now, so his own wish and will you want to fulfill through his children. You want to make him an engineer because he can't become an engineer. Somehow his own conditions and his own parents could not provide him the suitable environment, so he could not become an engineer. Now he wanted his children want to become an engineer. So then what will happen? From the age 5 or 6 or 7, he start putting a lot of pressure, keep on programming him, saying that you need to become an engineer, you have to become an engineer. All this, he keep on programming the child mind, basically. So that's how what happened. The mind of the child gets programmed very strongly, isn't it? The reason is the emptiness of emptiness of the mind of the children is very very huge. It means the children's mind is so empty that so empty, and so it is going to receive very strongly whatever you say is going to receive very strongly. That is going to be imprinted very strong manner in his own mind, friends, from the childhood, whatever you teach. So let's say, for example, a child just born child. You just think that he is born in the Hindu family, but somehow you have taken him to the Muslim family. You have given him adopted or whatever. You have given it to the the Muslim family. If they are growing also, if they are growing with their own the principles and practices of that religion, what happened? These children will grow as a Muslim only, as it is. The reason is his conscious mind gets go on programmed with the kind of the mindset of the parents. Basically, whatever they teach him, he start learning slowly. His conscious mind is getting programmed, isn't it? So slowly it gets programmed, then he become a Muslim. Now you just understand here. He born to the Hindu parents, but now he became Muslim. It means all about is whatever the parenting you are doing, you receive it. The reason is the emptiness, the child mind is so empty, it is a fresh in nature, it will receive whatever you teach him. Isn't it? Now you are converted a Hindu, basically a Hindu child into the Muslim child. It's very easy at that age. If it is going beyond 7 years or so, friends, most of the time what happens when the children is entering from the childhood, basically, that is why it's very important. 5 to 7 years or below 10 years, up to 10 years, your whatever you need to give to the children, you must be highly aware of what you are giving, whatever you are teaching him, whatever practices you are making him to learn, right? Whatever the habits you are trying to give him. So whatever you give music and teach him many languages, as many languages as possible, you can teach him. And the right, the great music also you can put him into so that he can learn very faster. Anything you do below 10 years, you learn very faster. The reason being, in that age, five to basically up to 5 years you can't do much because it doesn't have language, he can't speak words and all, he can't walk properly, all this, right? From the 5 years to 10 years, that is the right age. In that age, whatever you put him into his mind, that means whatever you sow, so you reap, isn't it? So whatever you are sowing into his mind, be very careful about it. Be with act with highest amount of awareness. Everything, smallest to the biggest thing, and in front of me especially, the parents should not, with the parents, first of all, the parents has to behave very properly, with a lot of so-called the lot of wisdom. They have to show the lot of wisdom. They should not act with the ignorance, basically, because he'll observe and he'll also learn the same thing. He just observe and copy it, and then he act it accordingly. He'll put into practice. Same thing happen. That will continue his own life. In the entire the remaining part of life, he will continue doing so. So he cannot come out of it, my dear friends. So that is why the parents have to be the best example for him during that age, 5 to 10 years. So you are starting, you are doing meditation, sitting and doing meditation every day, and you are reading books, and you are, you are teaching others. Everything will observe. Everything is start observing you. Then you will start learning also from you, isn't it? But at the same time, friends, the soul which has come here, the soul level also important. Maybe is a child, maybe is a child, but the same child may be a higher evolved soul or lower evolved soul. Both are possible. But how it is possible? Why it is made possible? Because there is a soul contract happened between your astral body, but yourself and the children before you coming into your mother womb. What kind of soul contract you have made? Though is a soul, like it's a lower evolved soul, maybe young soul or baby soul. You made him to, you agreed that he's coming into your life. So as you agreed, he came into your life. That is why there's no question of repentance. We never need to repent that my child is not able to understand. He's like a dumb, and he doesn't have much intelligence. Many people, many children, many parents used to complain like this. He is useless. We use all negative words in front of him, isn't it? So we do all that. But what is the point in doing all these things? You already the children have selected you. You agreed it. That's why he came here. But what happened? So his soul is not evolved. So then whatever you say, you can't understand. And whatever you say, you'll do against to it. Right? If it is a low evolved soul, what happened? If it is a lower evolved soul, in that 5 to 10 years, you can observe it and you can definitely find out it is a low evolved soul or higher evolved soul. You are, let's say, you are evolved soul, isn't it? Maybe you are in the, let's say, matured soul or old soul. But when you observe your children, what is his stage of soul? Definitely you can identify between 5 to 10 years. Why? Because whatever you are teaching him, how much he is able to grasp, and what is his behavior, how much intelligence is showing in every small things also, how much intelligence is showing, how much alertness is having, isn't it? So how much how fast he is able to grasp whatever you are teaching him, basing on that, and what are his habits also, right? So and especially with respect to some qualities like anger, frustration, disappointment, the patience, all these things you can able to capture these qualities within him. But these qualities are not taught by you. These qualities have come from the previous life. So you need to observe them. Then you identify him. You identify that whether it is a mature soul or like it's a mature soul or a lower soul. Once you identify these friends, act with that awareness. Act with awareness. Never blame him. Never scold him. Never talk negatively to him, because he has selected you, you have agreed, and he came. Now, your duty to help him to grow, help him to grow the soul level. Not that, go on scold him, you are bad, you don't understand, you don't study properly, you don't get marks, you are a dumb fellow, you are useless. See the other boy at the adjacent house, how many marks he's getting? He's getting 100 out of 100, 90 out of 100. So you just comparing the other children, right? So if you do so many things, what happen? Is soul conscious, whatever the soul level, it will downgrade again. And again, you are committing a something kind of a negative karma against him. That's also not good. What you need to do, understand. Once you understand, once you recognize the soul level, just keep in your mind and then act accordingly. Go on, teach him, and try to help him. Try to give all the techniques and tips. Slowly, he should come up, isn't it? So that's how it happens, friends. At the same time, what happened? As he, suppose in case a highly evolved soul came into your life because of your own prayer or your own sankalpa, whatever the sankalpa you have done when you are a mother, when you are pregnant. So you made a sankalpa that a higher evolved soul has to come into my life, isn't it? Okay, I'm inviting you. So please come into my womb, and I'll give you all the opportunity. I'll try to take care of you. I'll create a good environment for you to grow in your life. So if you made a soul contract, such a soul contract, of course, the evolved soul also will come into your life. But what will happen? Evolved soul will not listen to you. You can't condition it. Now the lower evolved soul, you can condition. Now as we discussed now, the baby soul or young soul, if it is born to you as a children, you can definitely control it. No doubt you can control, you can condition everything, right from the food habits, right from the food habits, education, or all the qualities of his life. you can definitely mend and amend and control and monitor everything you can do, because it will listen, because it's a lower evolved soul. It will listen. But if at all higher evolved soul has born to you, will it listen to you? It will not listen. It will act like a rebel, like Osho Rajneesh. You won't listen. Whatever the parents say, you won't listen. He says that you are wrong. You are wrong. You don't know anything. And especially you don't have intelligence and you are teaching me something. I don't agree. For example, you say that go and pray to the God. The God is there within the so-called, a particular picture, showing the picture. He is the God. Then if it is evolved, so what will happen? You don't like it. He never listen to you. You go out of the house and you try to do all, whatever out of his great intelligence, he will act. That also you don't like, isn't it? You don't like, then you'll fall into unhappiness. No, my child is not listening to me and he's very rebel. He's a he's a guy with he's the person having a lot of arrogance. He's acting with a lot of arrogance. He's a very stupid, a bad student or a bad children. All this you will label, but you won't care also. So that is the status of evolved soul. If you born as a children to you, friends. So you need to understand. You need to understand in this perspective. But a non-spiritualistic parents cannot understand all these things. That is why all the mistakes are committed. Because of those mistakes are committed, you can see the current situation in the life. You can see the current situation in the society. What's going on here? So, friends, so even the children are growing and they become youngster, they go to the adult stage. Once they become adult, they get into the society and they play some certain role in their life, isn't it? They may play a role in the governmental activities or private activities or whatever it may be. But what is happening? They are not acting with the awareness, first of all, because awareness is not taught to them. They don't know about awareness. What do? They do a lot of mistakes. In the society we are suffering means because of the non-spiritualistic parents grow, parents parenting, basically non-spiritualistic parenting. That is very much going on in the spark planet. That is why the all evolved souls from the spirit world, they are, they are very much bothered. They are afraid of coming to the earth planet itself. They are very much afraid to come to the earth planet because it's very risky for them. Once they come to the earth planet, what happens? Here they may fall down to the lower standard. Even their soul evolution may downgraded. Then it's very risky, right? So that's why they don't choose to come. They'll come only when they get the right parents, basically. That's also one point. So that is why all the evolved souls will not just like that come. They come very rarely, and also they will born to the so-called, very intelligent parents, or I can say that spiritual parents. They come and born into the spiritual family. Like that, it happens, friends. They'll choose it. So that's how, friends, if you observe the current society, it is really it's leading under the lowest consciousness. Whatever the consciousness level of the current society is very lowest. That is why we observe many incidents, unwarranted incidents, unnecessary things are going on in the society. Everybody is behind money. Money, everybody knows what is the role of money in their life. It has got a limited role. It can't give you the health. It can't give you the peace. It can't give you the happiness. It can't give you the bliss. Then what for it is? It's just, day to day. So in order to have some kind of a comfortability, physical comfortability, maybe a food, shelter, isn't it? In order to have a transport here and there. So for a little things, for a small things, it is of course necessary. It is a one form of energy. It is necessary. It is required for everybody, every human being on the earth planet. But the madness, the kind of a intensity behind money, the earning money is very huge. Why it is so huge and why it is going in a something like in an extreme manner is definitely, friends, our parenting is not correct. We never given what is required by a child and what has to be done when you go into the society. Nothing is taught to them properly. We all teach him that, but you have to become a best child, disciplined child. You have to study well, you have to get good marks. The parent never bothered about his intelligence. They are only bothered about his so-called, we can say that an information mind. Always they try to improvise his mind with, they loaded a lot of information to him. They never bothered about teaching awareness. They never bothered about, making his intelligence to grow. And they never bothered about making him as a human being. First of all, the parents itself they started eating the non-vegetarian. They don't know about it. What is vegetarian? What is vegetarianism? What is non-vegetarian? They don't know because they never learned it in their life. Maybe the parent itself, as I told you, 85% of parents are there in the lower evolved state in the earth planet. Then what will happen? Their growing up children will also be similar, right? Their growing of the children also similar to that, similar to their character, basically. Basing on their soul conscious level, they'll be giving the, education, parenting, or the care, all these things they give it to children. Then accordingly, children will grow. Children will grow in their life, and they become a mediocre people. They can never become like a Vivekananda. We want to, convert every human being into Vivekananda. Viveka Ananda. Because since he has got a lot of Viveka means what? Wisdom, a wise man. Because he's having a lot of wisdom, he became a wise man or a Viveka. Then once he has a lot of wisdom, what happened? He'll be leading his life with a lot of Ananda or bliss. That is why he's called as a Vivekananda. So how many of children, how many of the children are converted to Vivekananda? You tell me. Very, very few people. That is why when we count, Lord Sri Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, if we observe, like, crores of people start doing what? So they start doing the Sotra, Japa, Nama, all these things. When slowly, you keep observing them. The people who come, after Sotra, Japa, right? Then coming to the, the Nama Kirta, all this they keep on doing. Slowly, when you come to the real spirituality, that means, so the real spirituality when it comes into, that means to know themselves. That kind of, how many number of souls are coming towards that? Very few out of hundreds, out of crores, I'm telling, out of crores, finally you can count in fingers. So many people are only getting enlightened. Imagine. So many crores of people are taking birth on the earth planet, but out of them, who is getting into the Krishna consciousness, who is getting into the, enlightenment? Only you can count on the fingers. That is the reason, because the still, the earth also, on the earth planet, the humanity is evolving now. They are evolving. It takes a lot of time. So that is why, friends. So you can't expect a great parenting from the so-called non-spiritual parents. Maybe some parents are there. They are basically into so-called, they are living in Manipur, for example. So their parenting will be also similar. What they do, they try to teach their children, music, poetry, the drawing, all these things they start teaching them. But they won't teach the spiritual wisdom because they don't know about themselves. First of all, they never tried knowing about themselves in their own life till now. But they belongs to somewhere about, you can say that young soul. Basically young soul means they lead their life with the stage of Manipura chakra, isn't it? They're also, see, you just observe a singer or a, musician in his family. All his children, right from the age 5, they keep observing his parents, either mother or father. So they are well versed into the music or poetry. They keep observing them. They learn very fast, isn't it? They learn very fast. Of course, their destiny also that. The reason is they selected the parents because they want to improve their music skills. So that's what their purpose of life, or the way they selected in the, spirit world. They selected, they chosen this parent, they come here. So that, when the parents are started doing the practice of, this music or poetry, whatever it is, they also listen, they also observe them, they start picking up and they start learning very fast. So that's how what happened. So a musician will produce again his children also as a musician only. Sometimes what happen, by natural it happens, it's good. But some of the musicians what happen, adults, they try to impose on the children. No, you have to learn the music. You also should become a musician like me. Like otherwise, he says that no, musician is very bad. I'm not getting money. So it's very, very bad practice, no, very, very bad vrutti. Then what he does, he try to always negatively program the children not to become a musician. What he teach, go on become a software engineer. So likewise, you go on, parenting and you go on guide him. Then what happened? Children doesn't know anything. It's an empty mind. His empty mind, just conscious mind is so empty. And by the age of 5, his subconscious mind is closed. Then now whom to listen now? Until that, his own inner is telling, he is listening, isn't it? So his own inner subconscious mind is guiding the children, or the firstborn children up to age 5 or 7. Until then, what happened? They are so happy. See, like highly blissful in their their own life till 5 or 7. Why they are blissful? Even they don't eat or properly or all that whatever, but they are healthy and very happy, happy children, always blissful in their life. So until that age, the reason is until that age, their subconscious mind is always telling them, always instructing them. It's working basically. But what will happen is the after 7, by the age of 7, our parenting and our imposing will start. Don't do this. You should stand like this. You should sit like this. No, you should not do this. You should not do that. So many conditioning will go onto their mind. Then what happen? This conscious mind, the conscious mind commanding becomes more, and the subconscious mind we never care. Then whenever we don't care, whenever we don't use, what happen? Subconscious mind thinks that it is not used by, it's not used by him. Okay, so let me go to the dormant condition. It go into the dormant condition and sleep forever. Till what? Till you do meditation and again awaken it. It won't wake up. But in the meditation, in the sleep, what happened? You go into the deep sleep, again it starts working. In the deep sleep, starts working. The moment you come out of the sleep, it is again closed. The reason is you never cared it. As a children, slowly you ignore it. You ignored it because the parents also didn't never told you that there is something, such kind of thing is there within you. Start listening to it. You never told, and you never told him to close your eyes and observe inside. You never did it. Then how can he understand? How can he come to know all these things? It's not possible for him, isn't it? So that's why what happened? He became a mediocre child. Of course, he cannot become a Vivekananda, obviously, because he never taught that kind of practices to become like a Vivekananda, isn't it? So that is why, my dear friends, it's a very vast subject. We can keep on talking, but let me cut short here. So first of all, the parents have to become a spiritual parents. That means you must practice 3 hours meditation or whatever, 2 hours meditation, and you must first of all learn the meditation, practice more and more meditation. Go inside of us first. First of all, bring the change within you. Be a change yourself first. Be a change. Become a best parent, a spiritual parent. Become a best meditator. Become a master by yourself first. Okay. Once you become a master in your life with a consistent practice of meditation and of course, this Swadhyaya, Sajana Sangatya, use more and pyramid energy, right? Always you must be highly energized yourself, first of all, so that you have all great qualities within you. You have great patience, perseverance, and happiness in you. First of all, if you have a lot of happiness, you can share the happiness. If you have a lot of grief inside, what can you share with others? Even with your children, including children, you'll only share all the sad stories. Many of the children, many of the parents you observe, right? They are studied, everything they have. Higher education they have done, everything they have done. But they go on share the negative stories to them. This happened like this. No, some of my friend have done like this. He did some mistake. All the negative feeding will go on to the children mind. That is very bad, my dear friends. Don't do that. Anything you are speaking, open your mouth. Become a master and open your mouth. That's what I'm trying to say. Today, my message is first you become a master, then you start planning the children. Until then, you are not eligible to plan any children. If you plan a children, and let me tell you, you are making a soul to come through you, and then it will downgrade its, you are going to cause for the downgrade of that soul, the soul stage of that particular children. Whichever the soul believe you, trust you, and come down to the earth planet, isn't it? So then what will happen? You are not upgrading its soul level, you are downgrading it. In fact, you are committing a negative karma. Don't do that. First, become a master. That means master of your mind, master of your life, become a master through meditation, through the spirituality, spiritual wisdom. Of course, learn the whole holistic lifestyle, because holistic lifestyle and so-called the food and health is also very important for the physical body, because Sharira Madhyam Kaludharma Sadhana, right? It means we need a physical body, right? Physical body. So as Vivekananda says, a sound body contains a sound mind. A sound body leads to sound mind. He says always, isn't it? So that is why, so ensure that you also learn holistic lifestyle, home remedies, everything. Then start teaching these things from the age 5 to 7 of children, of your children. Then they become they get a sound body. Obviously, they have sound mind. Along with that, you start telling them at least close eyes, observe their breath for 2 minutes, at least 1 minute meditation, 2 minute meditation. So keep doing like this. But first of all, you have to become a master. Then only you can do all these things, isn't it? So this is what my message, my dear friends. So become a master before you become you plan for the children, or before you get into pregnancy. So thank you, friends. So let's so we are closing this spiritual wisdom session now.